Have you ever wondered what happens in a magical forest at night? In a world far away, nestled between the mountains and the sea, there's a forest that holds a secret. During the day, it seems like any other forest, with trees reaching for the sky and a symphony of birds singing their songs. But when the sun sets and the moon takes the stage, the forest transforms into something out of a fairy tale. The trees, once mere providers of shade, now glow with a soft, ethereal light, illuminating the forest floor. The flowers, ordinary in the daylight, now shimmer and twinkle in the moonlight, their colors more vibrant than one could imagine. Even the leaves have a secret life of their own, humming a gentle lullaby that echoes through the forest, creating a melody that could soothe even the most restless soul. But the forest's enchantment doesn't stop there. No, it's home to magical creatures that only show themselves under the veil of night. They're the ones who keep the forest alive, tending to the glowing plants and singing trees, ensuring the harmony of this magical world. In the heart of this forest lives a young rabbit named Hoppy. Curious and adventurous, Hoppy is drawn to the enchanting changes that take place as the sun sets. He's spent countless nights at the edge of the forest, watching as it transforms, longing to explore its depths. And one day, as the sun painted the sky with hues of orange and red, Hoppy decided it was time. He was ready to venture into the magical forest, to meet the creatures who called it home, to see the singing trees and the glowing plants up close. His heart fluttered with anticipation, his mind filled with dreams of adventure. And so, as the sun set and the moon rose, Hoppy hopped into the magical forest, eager to discover its secrets. As Hoppy hopped deeper into the forest, he began to see things he had never seen before. Creatures of wonder and magic, living in harmony amidst the towering trees and lush greenery. First, he came across a cluster of glowing butterflies, their wings shimmering blue and gold in the dappled sunlight. They fluttered around him, casting a soft, magical light that made the whole forest seem enchanted. One of them, a particularly radiant butterfly, fluttered up to Hoppy and said, "We're the light bearers of the forest. We gather the morning sun and spread its warmth and light throughout the day. Isn't it beautiful?" Next, Hoppy met the talking trees. They stood tall and proud, their leaves rustling gently in the wind. "Hello, little one," said the oldest tree, her voice sounding like the whispering wind. "We are the guardians of the forest. We watch over all who live here and keep them safe. We also share stories of the forest's past and dreams of its future." Then, Hoppy encountered a group of playful pixies. They were tiny with sparkling wings and twinkling eyes. They flew around Hoppy, laughing and singing songs of joy and merriment. "We are the spirits of joy," one pixie explained. "We spread happiness and laughter wherever we go. Would you like to join us in our dance?" Each magical creature was friendlier than the last, and they all shared a little bit about their life in the forest. Hoppy was fascinated. He was thrilled by the enchanting beauty of the forest and the magical creatures who lived in it. Each step he took was a step into a world of wonder and excitement, a world that was so different from his own. With his heart full of wonder, Hoppy continued his journey, eager to see what else the magical forest had in store for him. But Hoppy's adventure wasn't all fun and games. As the sun began to set, our little bunny Hoppy found himself standing at the edge of a river. The water was wide, swift, and deep, far too vast for a small rabbit like him to cross. The river was a shimmering ribbon, separating Hoppy from the heart of the forest where the oldest and wisest tree resided. Word had spread amongst the magical creatures of the forest that the ancient tree held a remarkable power. It had the ability to grant a single wish to anyone who managed to reach it. Such a prospect sparked a glimmer of hope in Hoppy's heart. He had a wish so dear to him that he was willing to face any challenge that came his way. However, the river posed a significant obstacle. How could he, a small rabbit, possibly cross such a massive body of water? His little legs were too short to wade through the water, and he wasn't exactly the best swimmer. He looked around, hoping to spot a fallen log or a stepping stone path, but there was nothing. It seemed as though the river was an insurmountable hurdle, an impasse on his quest. But Hoppy was not one to give up so quickly. He knew he had to think, to strategize, to find a way to cross the river. He looked at the river again, this time with determination shining in his eyes. He studied the patterns of the currents, the way the water flowed, the rhythm of the river. He observed the trees on the other side, their branches swaying in the wind, the leaves whispering secrets to each other. Hoppy knew he had a challenge on his hands, a challenge that seemed impossible at first glance. But he also knew that he had the strength, the courage, and the will to overcome it. He was a bunny on a mission to reach the heart of the forest, to make his wish at the oldest and wisest tree. With determination in his heart, Hoppy decided he would find a way to cross the river and make his wish. Despite the challenge, Hoppy did not lose hope. His mind began to buzz with the stories each magical creature had shared with him. Suddenly, an idea sparked. He realized he could ask the magical creatures for their assistance. So, with a determined heart and a hopeful spirit, Hoppy sought out his new friends. He shared his plight and asked if they could help him cross the troublesome river. The creatures, touched by Hoppy's courage and determination, agreed to lend their magic to his cause. The elegant unicorn, with her horn glowing bright, began to conjure up a spell. The sly fox, with his cunning wit, started to weave a path. The wise old owl, with his vast knowledge, guided their efforts, while the cheerful rabbit, with her boundless energy, gathered the most beautiful luminous flowers from the forest. Together they began to create a bridge not of stone or wood, but of vibrant, glowing flowers. It was a sight to behold. The flowers shimmered under the moonlight, casting a radiant glow across the forest and the river. It was as if the stars themselves had descended to form this magical bridge. Hoppy watched in awe as his friends worked together, each using their unique skills and magic to help him. He felt a warmth spreading in his chest, a feeling of gratitude that was too immense to express in words. But he tried. "Thank you," Hoppy said, his voice choked with emotion. "I could never have done this without you." The magical creatures smiled at Hoppy, their eyes gleaming with pride and friendship. They had not just helped Hoppy build a bridge, they had also built a bond of friendship that would last a lifetime. With a smile on his face and gratitude in his heart, Hoppy crossed the river, ready to make his wish. Now, he was one step closer to his dream, all thanks to his friends, the magical creatures of the mysterious forest. Finally, Hoppy stood before the oldest and wisest tree in the forest. His heart was pounding with anticipation. He had journeyed through the magical forest, met its charming inhabitants, and faced challenges he had never imagined. But his purpose was clear. Hoppy took a deep breath, gathered his thoughts, and then, with all the sincerity in his little heart, made his wish. He wished for the magical forest to remain safe and protected forever. He wished that no harm would ever come to it or its magical creatures. He wished for the laughter and joy of the forest's inhabitants to echo in the woods forever. The wise old tree listened carefully, its leaves rustled, and a warm golden glow enveloped the forest. The tree, touched by Hoppy's genuine wish, decided to grant it. The magical forest would indeed remain safe and protected, just as Hoppy had wished. The moment was magical. The forest seemed to sigh in relief. The magical creatures cheered, their voices creating a beautiful symphony in the night. Hoppy felt a sense of joy and accomplishment. He had done it. The magical forest would remain a haven for its inhabitants, a place of wonder and delight. As a token of gratitude, Hoppy made a promise. He promised to visit the forest every night, to make sure it was safe and sound, to keep an eye on its magical creatures and ensure that they were happy. The forest was his friend now, and friends look out for each other after all. His adventure was over, but his bond with the magical forest had just begun. He hopped away, his heart filled with love and a sense of duty. He looked back one last time, the golden glow of the forest reflecting in his eyes. And so Hoppy learned that with a little help from friends and a lot of courage, anything is possible. His adventure was a testament to the power of friendship, bravery, and the magic of a heartfelt wish.